Whoo-wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie all day. Ooh, with a CJRB Pyrite edition. Not only that, but this is one of their exclusive design pyrites. It's got the rose gold blade. That's actually pretty sweet. You know what I figured out too while sitting here playing with this thing, even with the injured hand where I still can't, let's see, that's as far as I can move my thumb. Even with the injured hand, I can still snap this thing open because of the button lock. Makes it so easy. So if you are monkey knuckled and maybe you lose a thumb or something, you can still work this knife with ease and accuracy. It's really nice. And now that went to the price, man. Freaking Artisan Cutlery, CJRB. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they stay in business making great knives at these prices. Insane. So anyway, we are talking about a 3.34 inch blade length. We have a 2.5 millimeter thick blade. It is rose gold in the blade finish. You have a flat grind. Perfect. You guys have seen me test pyrite models before. The flat grind, the flat grind is absolute perfection on these knives. The blade material is AR-RPM9. Very, very good for edge retention and corrosive resistance. The blade hardness has a Rockwell of 59 to 61. It is a Wharncliffe style blade. The blade handle material is called FRN, and it is a really, really nice blue color. It is pretty sweet. The clip material is steel. It is ceramic ball bearing. That's why it flies open and closed. It is a button lock. Overall length is, my right hand still has trouble doing that. Overall length is 7.60 inches, making it a 4.25 inch closed length, and it only weighs 2.82 ounces. And it is really attractive. So just go over some quick ergonomics and whatnot. First, you have a lanyard strap instead of a lanyard hole, so you have more options there. Pocket clip is really nice, placed well. It is ambidextrous, so you can switch it side to side depending on your hand. You do have some nice light jimping right here, which gives you plenty of grip. You can see I'm trying to push my thumb forward. If I did that on the flat part of the blade, this happens. If I do that on that part of the blade, and you can see the color of my nail, I'm actually pushing, right? It absolutely locks your hand in there really good. You do have some thumb studs, so you can thumb flick or spidey flick. I'm having trouble doing that with my right hand, but just like that, you can do it. So it's a really nice knife. You have some nice texturing in the grip. This is I'm trying to look at the frame in there. Bad lighting. It is a very nice inset frame, so you can see it's set inside of these grips. Really, really well done. Overall, like always, the pyrites have just been great. Sharpness, out of the box sharpness. Let's see here. Let's see. I barely have any arm hair there, and now I have no arm hair there. So, so you can see it is shave sharp. Just took out a nice little patch right here. So, I mean, it's CJRB. Every single knife from them comes sharp. Every single knife from them comes with a really, really nice edge geometry. But nobody wants to see me sit around here and talk about it, so let's take it outside and sit around and talk about it. So I brought you pyrite designs before, so you're thinking, well, why another pyrite design? Well, this one's a little different. This is actually considered the Pyrite-Light. The other ones had those steel frames. And this one, with this lightweight frame, it's a joy in the pocket. You can actually feel the difference when you're holding this because the weight is now more centralized and almost forward, so when you're doing your dig cuts, it's going to be really, really nice. These are the exclusive ones as well, and that's where you're getting that beautiful rose gold color. I want to see if I can get that in there. I mean, that is, I'm just catching glare. I don't even know if I'm in there. That is beautiful, man. That is beautiful. So the light version of the pyrite, does it perform like the regular version of the pyrite? Well, I can tell already that it's comfortable in hand. It feels just as good. I can tell already that that the edge geometry is wonderful. I could tell already that it opens and closes exactly the same. I could tell you that the lock is gonna work exactly. So far, everything's the same. So what it comes down to is performance. So let's take it over here and perform. Ooh, let's get it going. All right, so I'm gonna stop right about here, and we're gonna get some 4-foot drops and test this bite. Everything I do, I'm trying to do with the opposite hand, and then when I don't do it with the opposite hand, it just doesn't work. All right, so let's get some 4-foot gravity drops. Bam, that hit like a ton. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna test a couple things. We're gonna test the rose gold to see if it's, because I know this is an exclusive knife and a lot of the collectors want this one. Oh, and that reminds me, retails $53 and change. On sale right now on their website, and I'll put the link below, it's only like $39.99. Come on, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Let's do one more of those. And I spun it as I dropped it. Oh, no, I guess not. That's what happened. It went through a piece of rubber hose all the way through, too. All right, so that was a little better than I thought. But we still want to test to see how that bite is. And look at that, boing, yoing. And let's see, no tip bending whatsoever, none at all. It went in about 1/4 inch, and there is no rose gold missing from the edge of this knife, or the tip of this knife. Very, very nice. All right, I think I need to bring you guys closer. Get a little closer. Don't be shy. All right, here we go. Here we go. So let's try my awesome right-handed push cut that never seems to work without effort. Ooh, okay, that went pretty nice. So on just a push cut, my knuckles are hitting the log, so it's stopping me from finishing the push cut. It's round. It push cuts no problem. It goes straight through. I didn't need to go crazy sawing it. Just worked out right. Let's see here. Now it's too light for a hard downward chop, but we're gonna give it one anyway. I just punched the log and missed. This is what happens when a lefty tries to go righty. All right, let's see what I cut through. It went through just the first one. So it's really, really light, especially when using an offhand. That's gonna be a little tricky, but that's not what it's made for. It's made for a gentleman's carry. This is your EDC. This is your put it in your pocket, take it out of your pocket when you need to do something like this. When you need to cut, it's going to cut. This knife will be there for you. It's like a old pair of sneakers. It's just gonna work. You know that no matter what, once you put it on, it's just gonna be comfortable. Oh, and it's gonna get the job done. I'm watching myself do this cut all the way around here, and it looks like I got all the way around, and I did. I mean, so you think about it, you're out in your car and something breaks down or something happens, and maybe you got a broken fan in the house. I don't know. You need to rewire something. Bada boom, bada bang. It's a makeshift wire cutter. It's gonna do everything. Wire stripper, I should say. It's gonna do every single thing you need it to do. Aha! This is what I was looking for. So now let's try and do a hose cut. Hose cut, and that was really, really nice. That was really, really nice. All right, so man, that is a smooth cutting knife. That is a smooth, let's see if we can just take a sliver. Bam! That is a smooth cutting knife. Let's see, the rose gold cutting through rubber is still on the blade. Still on the blade, but we have other stuff to cut. Whoa. Good thing I put it all in front of me right when I'm ready to film, so I don't have to reach across. All right, so let's try 3 layers of leather. Wow, that was really, really smooth. Oh man, I just caught my thumb. All right, bam. Every now and then, because it sticks straight out, I bump it into things. I'm gonna try this right-handed. I'm gonna try it right-handed. That's a weird grip. See, when I hold it with my left hand, I'm banging my thumb into things. When I'm holding it in my right hand, I have to try and hold it between fingers, and I don't have a secure grip. But it doesn't matter because this knife is so darn sharp. It's just cutting anyway. It doesn't care. This knife says, wait, you're injured? Who cares? I'm going to do the extra work for you. And that's exactly what it's doing. It is absolutely shaving through this leather, and it's doing so with absolute ease. I mean, I'm literally pinching the knife in between two fingers, and look at this. That is so simple. The cutting ability and just the edge work on this thing is really, really nice. Look at this. Ready? Come on. Ah, I dropped it. I dropped it. All right, let's try that again. Here we go. That's so nice. That is so nice. The thing is an absolute cutter. It is a cutter. And when you're talking about your EDC, you're talking about that knife that you have to rely on, that you need to work every time, anytime, whenever it comes out of your pocket, and one that's going to look good doing it. I got to say, that rose is really nice. You don't see too many like that, and that's a cool touch. And the fact that it's one of their exclusive designs, that's pretty cool. That means it's probably not going to be around a long time. And for the price they have it at, it might be worth grabbing. It just might be worth grabbing because it's pretty cool. All right, let's try some kindling. Let's try some kindling making. Put a stick right there. Ooh, it hurts to pound my hand down. Now, what we're doing here, we're not just testing to see if we can make kindling. So if you're in a jam and you get stuck somewhere and you're caught in a storm, or your car breaks down, you're lost in the woods, and you're going to need to survive a few days until help comes, you're going to want to know if you can, get a fire going. And when you talk about getting a fire going, you're going to need wood, and you're going to need little tiny pieces of wood, thin pieces of wood, to get the fire started. And having a knife that's going to be able to do that is really, really important. But not only that, on this knife in particular, we want to see if batoning, which is not what these knives are made for, is going to hold on to this rose gold. I want to see what it's going to take. How much abuse can it take and still hold its color? And wiping off all that, that color is still there. That color is still there. That means the boys over at CJRB know how to put a coating on a blade. All right, here we go. Oh, the most important part. When you're talking about getting a fire going, there's two things you need. You need some kind of fluff, you need tinder, and you need the ability to strike a ferro rod or get a fire going. And this knife right here is going to have no problems doing that. The spine might be 90. It might be 90, but it doesn't matter because your finger choil is. So you'll be able to strike a ferro rod there. You could even use the end of the blade. No problem. You got plenty of options. Let's see. I'm not in the thing. Here we go. Look at these little tiny curls. They're falling off, but they're falling off right below me, which is exactly where I'd be getting ready to light my fire. So I'd be able to have this little collection of sweet little curls to get that going. I want to see if I can use my other hand and get them to stay on there so you can actually see the nest. Look at that curl. Look at those curls. So the edge geometry is just right. If you need to use this knife to survive even just a night, just to get one fire going, to cook one meal, whatever you're going to do, and you have two good hands especially, that's going to be really easy. If you don't have two good hands, it's still really easy. I'm able to do it as a decrepit invalid. Let's see. There we go. I mean, this thing is doing pretty good. It's banging. I'm going through wood and I'm seeing rose. I'm seeing rose. I'm telling you guys, a good knife company makes good knives. These guys make really, really good knives. I mean, there's nothing bad you can say about it. There's nothing bad I can point out. Oh, you know what we didn't do? I want to stab into something hard. Let's stab into the Rubbermaid trash barrel, and we'll see how this tip is, because it's a really nice looking knife. It's a pretty durable knife, but is it like Rambo durable? Let's find out. Let's find out. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. That just buried itself in there. Going through the Rubbermaid, it still has its color. I mean, I don't know. I'm having trouble finding something that it should be able to do but not be able to do. You know what I mean? Like, okay, maybe a knife should be able to do this, but maybe this one can't do that. Maybe it should be able to do this, but it can't. No. So far, this one's able to do everything. Let's test it on the plastic netting. We'll see how the edge holds up to that, because that's a pretty important one. That's a pretty important one. It's a knife killer. So let's test. Let's test. All right. It's a knife killer. It's just not this knife killer. Plastic netting is tough stuff on a blade. I can barely even hold on to the blade, and I'm still able to cut with zero issues. That's pretty fantastic. Remember, this is plastic, not cloth, and it's not even slowing it down. It's not even slowing it down. Through 2 layers, no problem. Sideways, no problem. I mean, it's a cutter. It's a cutter. Cutter. Let's try the carpet. Let's try the carpet. Bam. Last time I cut this carpet, I left myself a little tiny piece that I couldn't hold on to. Oh, I guess I could have still went bigger. I can barely hold on to it. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. And that puts a whole lot of debris. There's a whole lot of dust and debris in this carpet that's been sitting outside. And no problem. Let's see. With all that garbage all inside the mechanics. Let's see here. Still smooth as butter. This knife is just nice. It's just, I think it's really attractive. Blue being my favorite color, and then mixed with the rose gold, which just is sexy with the blue. I don't know, I think this is good. I think green and blue with rose gold, or even red, you can't go wrong with that color combination. And the blue with this one, it just looks fantastic. That's fantastic. So follow the link below, check them out, because it's the exclusive model, exclusive design, and the exclusive put out. And it's just awesome. It's awesome. So go check it out, because at that price, I don't know how many they're making. I don't know if they're doing more than one round. I have no idea. But at that price, it's absolutely worth grabbing. This thing's fantastic. I am Donnie VLD. Until next knife.